Good afternoon. My name is Bruce Knight. I'm a former chief of the Natural Resources Conservation Service. I worked at USDA and implemented many of the conservation programs that we're talking to the National Cotton Council with and trying to help farmers understand and at times demystify this alphabet soup of acronyms associated with conservation. There's a new one out there, and that is the Conservation Stewardship Program. It's only a few years old, was authorized in the latest Farm Bill. It's oriented at rewarding leading edge conservationists. For the person that's been doing conservation maybe all their life and still want to do more on their farm operation, CSP may be the program for them. It provides the ability to do enhancements associated with conservation, improvements in water quality, adding of the addition of cover crops to a crop rotation.
I have thought about a practice called strip tillage, where I plant a cover crop. I've never wanted to spend the extra funds it would take. Well, there's an incentive here, and that's going to help me with erosion.
We've looked at it several times, and of course, from the first time that we saw CSP to now, it's been a little bit easier to qualify. There's a lot of things that we're already doing that's involved with the CSP program, and some more things that we could do.
This is a new program, so the producer should go into their local NRCS office, talk to the district conservationist. It's an entirely voluntary program. You don't participate unless you want to participate. You have to be actively engaged in the farm. You have to be the farmer of record with the Farm Service Agency, the one that's making the decisions on management of the property. You have to meet the requirements for adjusted gross income, each of those things. This is going to be a large landscape scale program as it grows and develops.
And in this day and age with high input cost and low margins at times, if you have something that helps you step out with their expertise and their ways of challenging you and helping shoulder some of the burden on that, it makes your program, it makes you more willing to try a little risk, to do things that are out of ordinary.
Nationally, CSP has a target of 10 million acres a year. That actually puts CSP into the scenario where it is now the largest conservation program offered nationwide. Over 60 million acres are currently enrolled in CSP. Makes it larger than the Conservation Reserve Program, larger than EQIP, and will very soon be larger than the both programs combined. This means that for a cotton producer that may be interested in CSP, there's going to be many opportunities over the next 4 years. We expect an annual sign-up and a robust sign-up that will provide an opportunity for a large number of producers to participate.
So CSP is going to be a very large program, going to provide significant opportunities for producers to do leading-edge conservation and be compensated for it. The entire dream of CSP was, in fact, to reward leading-edge conservationists for the kind of work that they're doing already and wanting to do more of. Both the landlord and the producer need to participate in CSP, and you have to be able to show control of the land for the life of the contract for the tenant. Because of the number of things that are enhancement oriented and that key off of management, CSP probably has greater reward for tenants than it does for landlords. Some of the other programs, the easement programs, tend to go almost all towards landlords. EQIP, if you're putting in a practice that attaches to the land, that really tends to have most of the benefits go towards the landlord rather than the tenant. CSP shifts this a little different, leans a little more strongly towards the tenant, and also puts a strong emphasis on conservation oriented with long-term tenant-landlord relationships.
You can't have a EQIP and CSP contract on the same acres or the same parcel of land. So generally what a producer has to do is wrap up the EQIP contract, bring that to a close, and then apply for CSP.
It does not prevent a producer from receiving other conservation programs. These are separate pools, separate pots of money, separate payment limits. And so a producer can actually receive up to $40,000 per year in CSP payments that's separate and distinct from what one can do through EQIP or the Conservation Reserve Program. And so this can have a significant assistance for a producer. Then go into the district conservationist, submit that application for CSP. It's like any of these programs. You don't apply, you can't participate. And so you need to get that application in. Fortunately, those applications are taken on a continuous basis so that you can make those decisions on your time frame. But you do want to watch when the deadlines come about in each state for making determinations on applications, because once or twice a year, NRCS will stop taking applications, take all the applications, pool them, rank them, and make decisions on which contracts to accept.
And one of the things I like about the program is that it can be modified through your operation. So if as you go and it doesn't work exactly like it was laid out in a piece of paper, my understanding is we'll be able to work through that plan to make sure that we achieve the goal, that the ultimate goal at the end, but maybe how we get there we modify it as we go.
CSP, they're gonna have a close working relationship with the NRCS District Conservationist.
Everybody is very well acquainted with the FSA office. Anybody in production agriculture they're on a first name basis with the people in the FSA office because of how important that program is. We need to develop a relationship and be in the same capacity with the NRCS office. In my county, I'm lucky I have someone like that. We've developed a great relationship with that. In fact, she'll call us and say, I got a program you probably ought to come look at.
You can expect that these folks will be coming out on the farm, looking at things, wanting to see records associated with that particular practice. And so if you're doing a practice associated with fertilizer management, they're going to want to see the records that you're doing precision fertilizer placement, that you're doing what you committed to.
At each time a CSP contract comes up for expiration, USDA is going to be offering an opportunity for re-enrollment on those acres. Here we are in the winter months. That re-enrollment is currently going on separate from the contract for the new CSP acres. So there's an opportunity for a farmer to continue with CSP that's been a past participant. However, they are going to be asked to do something new and additional in way of conservation. That means that the pressure's on for NRCS to offer a wider range of CSP enhancements, a wider range of options, so that producers can continually do more and better conservation on their farms if they want to participate in CSP.
Understand, this is not something for nothing. You are signing a 5-year contract with the government to do a particular set of environmental goods and services, if you will, that will be delivered to society. Those are generally cleaner water, cleaner air, better soil, better habitat that are going to be there, but you're going to have to be able to prove what's out there. I'm very emphatic with folks. You're signing a contract, you have to understand you will need to implement what's in those contracts.